So let's talk security. 8 security personnel have allegedly been killed and their cars burned by unidentified gunmen while on patrol along the Aba branch, Uriago, in Ehimembano Road of Imo State. The assault, which occurred earlier today, has left tensions heightened in the area, with residents fleeing out of fear for their safety as police and army condoned of the scene of attack. Imo State security has deteriorated due to frequent attacks by armed individuals similar to other states in the southeast of Nigeria. Attacks frequently target government personnel, security agencies, and facilities. The outlawed indigenous people of Biafra have been blamed by the Nigerian government for the deadly attacks in the area. However, the group has always refuted the charge. To discuss this further, we are joined on the news by security expert Tony Ofoyetan. Thank you very much, Mr. Ofoyetan, for joining us. The situation in the entire Southeast worries some people because it seems that there is a wrong interpretation of what is going on in that part of the country. Government appears to believe that pro-Biafra agitators are behind the worsening insecurity, but it has every symbol of criminality by people bent on weakening state actors. What do you think?
Thank you very much for having me once again. For my own understanding, I think while condemning the act and also declaring the unfortunate situation, especially leading to the death of our refined officers, I think it is now time for the NSA and the security architecture to look at the strategy that is being operated now, especially in the southeast and the restive regions in the country. We should now begin to look at a strategic, proactive stance now, rather than this reactive posture. What I'm trying to say is this. It is not until events like this unfold, I expect that security agencies should be able to do what is called geoforest combing. In other words, identify the hideout of these criminals and flush them out. Make the forest, make the bushes, make the mountains uninhabitable to all of them. Uncompleted buildings, make every form of hideout. Let them begin to work hand in hand with DSS. We've had several stories of DSS releasing intelligence, and such intelligence are not being used, or they are used late, very late. So for me, as far as I'm concerned, I think there should be a different approach. Then another thing is the issue of encouraging non-state actors. We are talking of proliferation of small and light arms and weapons in the country. Now, presently, we have the IG is trying to mop up all arms and all those stuff like that. But for how far have they been able to mop up arms in non-state actors? We've seen non-state actors in the name of trying to protect our oil pipelines, in the name of trying to maybe their contractors to brandishing arms. These are non-state actors. We've seen non-state actors coming out emboldened, either by the political class or alternatively because they believe that they are invisible. I think that the military, if Mr. President is able to give the military the go-ahead to do the needful, I can assure you that whatever and whosoever group are responsible for this errant nonsense, the military is capable of wiping them away. But it behoves on Mr. President to say enough is not enough. If Mr. President is still reluctant and saying enough is enough, we keep having the reoccurrence of all this. But the day Mr. President says, General Lagbaja, enough is enough, and all the service chiefs, enough is enough, I can bet you that enough will be enough. But non-state actors as it is now, how do they have access to arms and ammunition? That is a big question that the military formation, the DSS, should be able to help unravel. The source of the ammunition, the source of the bullets they get.
Mr. Ofoyetan, I want to interject and say people are scared. People worry for their security. I mean, if somebody's desperate enough, there doesn't seem to be anything they can't get. So shouldn't the focus be maybe on addressing the cause? Is there a possibility of maybe engaging certain non-state actors? For instance, the gentleman in Finland, Simon Ekpa, some people see him as a threat to the country, particularly in the southeast region. Are there measures you think that the Nigerian authorities can take to engage him? There must be a way around this that wouldn't involve use of force and, people taking laws into their hands and trying to protect themselves.
Let me just say that Samuel Ekpa is not a god. And apart from that, of course, the agitation at their own end is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which, of course, if we look at it from the political perspective, I would also say the president should consider the possibility of releasing Nnamdi Kanu, but that's not the issue. The DSS, if they are able to bring Nnamdi Kanu into the country, Simon Ekpa is just a small fry as far as I'm concerned. Those people that are being commanded here, they have source of funding, they have source of supply of weapons and the like. If those sources are actually blocked and removed, you will discover that whatever Simon Ekpa is saying from Finland or wherever he's talking will be into the, will just be Babadash, so to say. Because those people that he is using, they must be fueled in one way or the other. So it's now behoves on DSS to look at the channel of funding, to look at the channel of weaponry, and to look at the channel of strategic assistance that he is giving. And of course, they can also consider the issue of diplomatic discussion with the government of Finland, if feasible, at that point in time. That would also help. But having said so, I think it behoves more on the people of the East to say enough is enough. Because it is the people of the East that are being killed on a daily basis. They are the people that are dying on a daily basis. So it goes on them to also talk to their own children, their own sons, that look, you are killing our own people. They, of course, yes, the security agencies become the target and all those stuff like that. But majorly the people there are dying, and it's affecting the commerce of those states. On big time, it's affecting the commerce of those states. So if they are able to look at it inward, and they are able to also come in support of the government, because if you ask me, I have not been able to see the zeal from the governors in the southeast, that zeal to be able to come all out against this group of people. Now, I probably saying we are not the people responsible. Now, from my own understanding of terrorism, terrorist groups don't deny when they are responsible for any form of attack. They don't deny, they want to claim glory. Because
so much really to pay attention to.
It brings the required fear.
The time is really short. I said the time is really short. So much area to take a peep into, but we'll have to hold off for now. Hopefully we can engage you some other time. Thank you very much, Mr. Tony Ofoyetan, for speaking with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Always.